Welcome to A Shot of Ag. I'm your host, Rob Sharkey. I am a farmer, which means I make food. And then that food gets eaten most times at a restaurant. But which restaurant do you go to? You can look it up on the Yelp or the Google machine. But I want someone that's actually been there and is going to tell me how it tastes. Well, that person is our guest today, Seth Boyer. How are you doing, Seth?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. You're from Peoria?
Yeah, born and raised in Peoria Heights. Bounced around to Chicago a little bit, and now I'm in Peoria.
Were you a Patriot?
Peoria Heights Patriot. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it was tough being a Patriot on the football team, but they're getting better. You know, they're doing pretty good. But.
In high school, they beat the living tar out of us, the Patriots.
Really?
Because
I wasn't on the team.
I remember that it's like down there in a mosquito bowl, your football field. It's
Yeah.
a horrible place.
Yeah, and the stands are pretty weird too. I like the rustic feeling of it, but yeah, you're totally right.
I hate that place.
Yeah, I have some good and bad memories there. But,
yeah.
All the bad memories was being on the football team usually, just losing, but it was fun. It was fun.
So I'm on the old TikTok, right? And I just doing my thing, scrolling around, and 90% of my stuff is like farming. And then I get to a random video, and he's like Peoria, and I think it was for Lou's Drive-In. The one there on War Memorial.
Yep.
And it was this guy that's doing, like talking about restaurants in Peoria. And then I click on your page, and like an hour later, I'm like, oh gosh, I need to hang the phone up. That's you.
Yeah, that's what I do. I love going around to these local places that I either visited as a kid or maybe never had the chance to. Now as an adult, I like to go to them, hit them up, and kind of see what I was missing out on or share my experience there. But that's me. Yeah, I go to those restaurants and try to share my experience.
So content creator, you call yourself that?
I'd say that, yeah. You'll get an influencer every now and then, but if you ask me to address myself, I'm more so just like a fool who posts food videos on the internet. So a content creator.
Well, is that how you started, is doing the restaurants?
Actually, so funny enough, I started on YouTube doing skateboarding videos, car reviews.
Good Lord. You want to be Tony Hawk?
Yeah, more like Chris Cole, Ryan Sheckler, but yeah, those other skateboarders.
I'll pretend to know who that is.
But yeah, no, that was when I was younger. I wanted to do the skateboarding stuff, and I was posting that, car reviews, and every now and then you get a video like 10,000 views, like, oh, perfect. The other one, like 5 views. And I was only doing YouTube, and then everyone was telling me, you should do TikTok. And at this point, I didn't even have it on my phone. I was so against it. I was like, isn't it for kids doing dances or something? Yeah. And this was like 2022, maybe 2023. I gave in.
Oh, you did come late, didn't you?
Yeah. And that's another reason. I was like, it's too late. People are already posting. There's no room.
Yeah.
So I went there, and for whatever reason, I didn't stick with the skateboarding car videos. I did one food video, and within the first 2, I got one with 500,000. And I was like, I guess this is what I'm doing now.
Which restaurant?
It was in Chicago, Super Dog. It was actually in the Chicago suburbs. I forget which suburb it's in, but just a hot dog place, similar to Lou's Drive-In, actually. People love those spots that are kind of like historic that you can just kind of drive up to.
So this does it go hand in hand because you're an actor too?
Yeah, yep. I do think it goes hand in hand a little bit, just because when I turn on that camera, there's definitely a character to it. I try to be loud and in your face to reel you in, but I'm far from it in real life, most likely. And then for acting, that's nothing but characters. But I think the biggest pro is, with being an actor, you kind of just wait for permission, and you're kind of like a puzzle piece. Whereas content creating, I'm like the director. I can be in it as much as I want. I can say what I want.
Yeah.
I'm the whole puzzle, not just a piece. I can, highlight whatever I want. So it's a nice balance between the two. Lots of similarities and.
So I don't know what actors do. Did you go to acting school or any of that?
Yeah, I did. You don't have to. You're probably better off not, because the best actors just get found because they
The
have a
best
certain
actors
look.
were related to actors.
Yeah. But I did go to. I went to Bradley and studied theater there for a little bit. I was spending so much money that I just I knew what I wanted to do, and I was like, to be an actor, I don't need a degree. I really want one. But I just moved, after 2 years, moved to Chicago, threw myself into the craziness, took some smaller acting classes in studios, taught by people with agents, and next thing you know, I was, signed with an agency, auditioning for the bigger shows.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it started.
I've heard that whole acting thing is a little saturated.
Yeah.
A lot of competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been in, I can't tell you how many auditions I've been to where I'm in line with 40 people who look like me,
Really?
a little bit taller, a little bit more muscular.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, better hair, better everything, a little younger.
It's the story of my life.
And they had tons of competitions. And I go to the next audition, it's the same 40 people or the same, so it's like, it's a small community, but there's definitely a lot of people doing it. But mostly a lot of people give up before they get that, that first anything.
You have been in some stuff. Chicago Fire. What were you doing there?
Yep, I was in Chicago Fire. I was playing, my character's name was Dale, I believe, just a musician who got caught in a fire at a recording studio. And pretty much the whole episode is kind of like, what caused the fire? Who did it? Was it malicious? Was it an accident?
Were you disfigured?
Yeah, they put some pretty cool.
They had some gnarly stuff going on there?
That was the coolest part. The coolest part was sitting in that makeup chair for, 5 hours getting it done. Then they didn't like it.
5 hours?
Yeah, I had to go there a whole separate day when they were like testing it. They're like, no, we don't like this one. Let's do it again. Take it off, and then they put on a different one. Yeah.
Hey, you get paid for that?
Yep.
For sitting there?
Yep, you do.
Okay,
Yep,
I would hope so. Yeah.
Especially because I was living in Peoria at the time too. So
yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, be here tomorrow at 5 a.m. And it was like 7 p.m. the night before. I'm like, I guess I got to rent a car.
Just start now.
Yeah.
What else have you been in?
So I've done some other movies. Chicago Fire is the highlight. Mm-hmm. I've done a documentary about the White Sox scandal, where they kind of
8 Men Out or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Not that one, but yeah.
It's similar. It's the same story where they threw the series like in a while ago. So I did a documentary on that. I've done some horror films. I've done a lot of horror slasher films.
Were you the guy?
I can't say. You gotta go watch
okay.
it. Yeah, but no, I've done like those who did it films. That one's Final Summer in particular. It's kind of like a Friday the 13th Scream type of vibe. So it's really fun. And then most recently, I have a movie in festivals doing a little run right now called Mara, and then Final Days Tales of the End Times is out on Amazon Prime and Tubi as well, and that one is really cool. It's one of my favorites.
It's got to be weird that like you can go on Amazon and see yourself.
It is pretty. It's weird. It's cool. I think I don't know if it's Amazon or Tubi. Hopefully Amazon. You can type in my name and you'll see it'll list it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's on both, and it's pretty surreal, especially just because of being from Peoria. You're kind of like, I remember being told when I kind of thought of the idea of wanting to do it, it's like, well, it's not going to happen here. You kind of have to move. Mm-hmm. And I did have to move to kind of start, but now I'm back, and it's actually when I started to flourish is when I moved back to my hometown.
Yeah.
Which is
ironic. That when you got this?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I got this bad boy while I was in Chicago. Yeah, it's nice. And as you see, this is one of one, handcrafted in England by.
Is that a real diamond?
No shot. This is made by my friend, actually. So when I was moving from Chicago back to Peoria, this was kind of like my gift, like going away gift. He owned a trophy shop, so he made me one of these little funny things. And so it's not prestigious, it's just something that my friend gave me, but I love it because it keeps me grounded. And when I look at it, it just reminds me that, ultimately I want to make an impact with everything I do, but ultimately it's for fun,
Yeah. Well, let's go back to what you are doing, right? So if for people that have not seen your social media, you describe it.
Yeah, so pretty much in the state it's at now, I go through all my comments, and I take whatever comment that kind of sticks out to me, maybe has the most recommendations or most likes, and my viewers and my commenters pick where I try next, whether it's a place they want to highlight, maybe it's a place they're curious about. They're like, hey, I've never been here, can you go here? And then I take that comment, I research where it's at, and I go to that restaurant, usually just pop up. I never reach out to the restaurants, I just pop up there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. I kind of go incognito. I love when they reach out to me and, ask me to come there and invite me.
I would, if I had a restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it, and that's it feels really cool because that's when it feels like a community, when they're inviting me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that, but for the most part, I'd say 98% I show up as a customer. They don't know what I'm doing. They might see me in the corner, it's
a
recording.
weird guy filming his food.
Yeah, they might confront me about it, or I'll just take it home and review it. But for the most part, I just kind of pop up based off the comments, and yeah.
Okay, and for people that don't know you, extremely loyal, large following. You're like the guy in Peoria now that you look towards to where to go to eat. Is it almost some pressure that you have to, I don't know, you have to be good at what you do?
Maybe a little bit, but then just to go back to, what this trophy reminds me of, ultimately, I'm just doing it for fun, and not only for fun, but also to make an impact. But I try to just remember, this is fun for me. I'm gonna be doing this anyways off camera, like visiting these local spots.
Yeah.
I might as well record it. It's always a little bit of pressure when I maybe go to a local restaurant that maybe isn't the best, and then I'm like, okay, I have a choice to make here. And that's when I usually there has to be something good on the menu, right? So I'll order more until I find something I can highlight.
So you find something good?
Until I can find something, because that's what I want to do. I want to spread, the positivity about these local places, because a lot of times they don't have like the marketing budget or something. So I want to show it off, but also be honest. So if I don't like a certain item, I'll definitely let it be known, but there's something that everyone will like on a menu somewhere, and that's what I'm trying to do, is find whatever that item is.
That's what I do notice about you, because is critic, is that a bad word to you?
Not a bad word. I don't know if I'm certified to be a critic, because
who is?
Exactly, yeah. I think I'm my own worst critic, if anything. But to critic food, I mean, I don't know if I can consider myself one. But yeah, I've definitely been referred to it as a critic before. Because
like all the other critics, right, that have gained fame, going back to they put it out in the newspaper days, right? You had to critique. It was negative.
Yeah.
You had to be negative, and because that's what people want. And on social media, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but negativity is a lot easier to do than positivity. It goes a lot farther. But you, like you said, I've seen you not like some stuff, but then it's like, then you find something that you did. I would say overall, from what I've seen, which I've watched most of your stuff, it's positive.
Yeah.
Here you are, you probably could maybe grow faster, grow bigger, being that negative guy. I mean, why stay positive?
I think it's just me trying to be honest, and I think there's just a tie with me and my home city where, I've bounced around, I've visited a lot of places, and some places aren't the most positive, and so when I come back to home with all my friends and family, I mean, that's all I want to do. I try not to have room in my heart for the negative stuff, but at the same time, if it's like a big chain reaching out, and I feel like I can be a little bit more, loud and kind of upfront with that compared to like a local place ran by my neighbor, So if it's being ran by somebody local in Peoria, I mean, I just love to support this city in my hometown. So ultimately, I just try to remain positive for that. I try to remember that when I'm doing these videos.
That's what I do like. I mean, I'm not knocking Olive Garden, but I mean, you're not going to Olive Garden. I mean, you're going to, a place like kind of we all have seen, maybe driven by, maybe not have stopped, but always wondered about, and now we know.
Yeah.
Because there's something about at least knowing the knowledge of going to eat. Nobody wants to go in a restaurant like, I don't know what to order, or I don't feel comfortable. You kind of bridge that gap.
Yeah, and that's something I think, as corny as it sounds, maybe I wish I had, like when I was like a teen trying to find out where to eat, like with my friends, or when I went on a date, which I've been on a couple of those, like one or two, maybe.
Are you a single guy?
Yeah, no, I'm single, but yeah, I tried to be that person.
Do you want to put your number under there?
The
honeys.
Yeah,
a lot of honeys like those critics.
You're right. Well, my BlackBerry is currently out of minutes, but once I get more minutes on the phone, I'll put my number up there for everybody. But yeah, no, I wanted to be that guy, because when I was a teen, when I tried to find a place to go, I mean, back then, all you really had was, like Google reviews. Mm-hmm. No one was posting YouTube videos of Monocle's reviews or like a local place down here. Like, no one's going to be doing that. So I didn't go to those places. Mm-hmm. And now, you're right, I'm trying to bridge that gap where I'm trying to, throw it in people's face on the most popular app in the world, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Is it?
It has to be, maybe. I know at one point.
Facebook's a monster, so I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you ever got feedback from a restaurant going, hey, take this down?
No. The closest thing I'd get to that is when I was in Chicago, and in Chicago, just because it's such a populated market, there were so many more brand opportunities reaching out, almost to where I mean, it was like almost overbooked. You're getting reached out constantly, like, hey, we're gonna pay you this if you post this, this, and this, and say this, this, this. That's when it took the fun out of it for me too. Is because that's when I didn't feel that felt like I was going back to acting, which I love acting, but again, it's like a puzzle piece. This is what you feel like as an actor, but as a content creator, you feel like the person just moving around all the pieces.
Yeah.
So the closest I got to that was maybe when I did a brand deal and I sent it to them to review, and they're like, oh, you can't wear that shirt. There's you can't wear, it has a bad word on it or something. Or, oh, we don't like that music. Oh, I don't even remember. I think it was actually a poster in the background of.
Did it start with an F?
No, I think it was a poster in the background of like a heavy metal band. They didn't like that.
With
so
an S?
Yeah.
Did it start with an S?
The band did.
Oh, okay. So we're already off the bad word. All right. Focus. All right.
Yeah.
So when you go to these restaurants, I mean, literally, they don't know who you are. I mean, some of them probably do, right?
Nowadays, it's getting to that point. Most recently, because of just, I'd say the last month, I've had the most success, and I'm super grateful for it. But finally, it's like I'm starting to kind of go in, and I get confronted a lot more now by like either the waiters, waitresses, or even the people behind the counter.
Oh, we'll get you something special.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay?
Yeah, 99% of the time. I don't think, maybe one or two. I can only remember one. Only one Peoria video has been comped. Otherwise, I go in there and I spend $75 and then hopefully make it back on the internet, which most of the time I don't. There's a lot of times I don't. A lot of times I do, but there's a lot of times I go in there, spend $80 on food. I might make $30 on the video, but it's still nice.
On TikTok?
Yeah. It's kind of, there's so many rules now. You have to make it over a minute, which I normally do. No copyrighted music. I used to snag people in with some, fun music that's kind of obscure. And then also, I mean, I think it uses AI to detect every word you say. And if you're saying some curse words or something, it's not gonna, throw it out there. And people have to watch the whole video. A minute on TikTok is like an hour-long movie.
It is tough because people just like it, because 90% of it is crap.
Yeah. And people scroll within 10 seconds. So I have to get them to watch the full 60 seconds to really monetize it, and that's super hard to do. But that's what moms and dads are for.
I would suggest partial nudity.
Yeah,
maybe take the shirt off.
I think I'd get banned. They wouldn't like that, I don't think. I don't know. I've been hitting some curls. I did a little bit more.
I don't want to ask you these questions, but in my mind, I just want it because I know this is what you get all the time. Well, what's the hidden gem in Peoria?
Yeah, okay. Hidden, it's so tough, because I feel like the hidden gems I know about hopefully have gotten a lot of eyes on them now.
Yeah.
When I think of hidden gem in Peoria, again, the place that comes to mind, they're just not so hidden. If you haven't tried Chef Musa in Peoria, which I know it's not hidden because I saw an article where it was ranked like the #1 best food in Peoria. Oh. Have you heard of it?
No, I have not heard of it.
Then, okay, a lot of my friends haven't either, which I was like, oh, I thought everyone knew about Chef Musa. That place is amazing. I still love Slow Hand in Peoria Heights. It's one of my favorite places to go, not only because of the food, but because they bring the community together with events too.
Yeah.
Concerts, trivia, and that's why I love local places, just bringing the local people together. And Steak and Fries by Bradley University is always my favorite.
Never been there.
It's had like the same 5 employees since I was like 12, just going there the night. They're strictly business, they're nice, they're gonna get you good food, and those are my top 3. I don't know if those are hidden gems, but you can, maybe some hidden gems will be posted this week.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And then you look in the comments. I mean, Rome said Benzio's. I'm sure you've been there.
Yep.
Right? Because that's right in your backyard.
Yep, and that's right next to Slow Hand too. Brienzo's is super good.
Is that how you say it?
I think it's Brienzo's. I hope so. I posted 5 videos calling it that.
You've been there 5 times, or done 5 videos.
5 like platforms, like Facebook, YouTube. I think it's Brienzo's, and it's really good. Like local places like that, I love.
And then some people apparently don't have a favorite restaurant. How could you not have a favorite, or at least a top whatever?
Yeah, we got to work on that.
You see what I got to deal with here?
Yeah, you got to look at the page. I got your back. Just scroll for a while, you'll find something good, hopefully.
Well, and you live in the Heights then?
I just moved to Peoria, but I live born and raised in the Heights for.
Oh, you're not saying. What's your exact address?
It is Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. I just moved there.
Right by your number on the bottom of the screen.
I was trying to think of a joke, but it occurred to me, I don't even know my address. I just moved there. But yeah, in the Heights, Chicago 5 years, moved back to the Heights, and now I'm in Peoria. But I bounce around. I like going to Pekin for food, Chillicothe. I mean, I'll go anywhere central Illinois or Illinois. I'll go to New York tomorrow too. I like to just show off local places everywhere, but really it's the Peoria where I find the passion.
Yeah. Is this your full-time gig now?
It was at one point in Chicago, just due to the availability of those brand deals, and I was so close to the sets for acting and TV. I could be on set almost every week, whether it's something very small or something really cool. So I was doing that full time along with acting for a while. Actually, probably less than 6 months or so. But once I kind of reality hit, rent hit, didn't book a couple acting gigs, I'm seeing articles of TikTok's going to be shut down next month.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, all right, let me go apply. I'm going to go get a job or two. So now, I have a couple different jobs now. And I'm just totally packed. So I do my videos on the weekends and auditions at midnight or 1 a.m. when I have time.
Well, the charisma that comes through, I'm sure you turn it on. But, you can tell when somebody is just like, I don't know, fun to watch. Just like talking to you here. There's some people that are just engaging, like kind of when you start talking, the room looks towards you. I mean, that's what you have.
Oh, wow.
But to put it over to video, I don't know how to do it, but you've definitely figured it out.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate that. It's definitely a gut-wrenching thing to throw yourself on the internet because you're just kind of opening your arms for any type of comment, including the negative comments you kind of mentioned before.
Which is nice. There aren't any on social media.
Yeah, yeah, none. There's none at all.
Try talking about farming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. I think I'll be honest though. All my negative comments, all of them were from like the Chicago videos in Peoria.
Yeah.
It's just so much. It's different. I get nothing but support. I think because I want to see these videos.
Well, let me ask you this. So you go to a restaurant, you like it, you post it, and then does it kind of bother you? I don't know if it's even happened, but someone's like, "Oh, that place I've been there, it's the worst place. What are you talking about?" When someone's bad-mouthing the restaurant, and it's on your platform, does that ever bother you?
It doesn't bother me. I read all the comments and.
Really?
Yeah, I read all the comments and I see those often.
Yeah.
And if it's worded, correct and polite, I'm like, oh, they're just doing what I'm doing, but they're doing it like on the keyboard, but they're just kind of reviewing it too, I guess. So that's their opinion. So I guess that's kind of what that's what's cool about my little community that I've built. Is people do discuss and kind of debate sometimes. Like, oh, no, it doesn't suck. What'd you get? Oh, I got this. Like, oh, well, that's why. Like, you should have watched the video. You got to get this. Those are the comments in my, it's like little side, like movies I'm kind of like watching down there, little comics. But yeah, it's just debating and fun.
Well, who knows? They maybe dated the waitress at one point. She dumped them, and so they're going to bash the restaurant and that. But yeah.
That's why they have beef with Brienzo's, I guess. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
If that's how you say it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would love to be you, right? Because the social media, the content creators, you ask the kids nowadays, that's what they want to do when they grow up. So if you have a person comes up to you, it's like, man, I want to do what you're doing. What advice do you give them?
For social media, start in 5 seconds. Like start now. Like you can post now. And actually, your first couple videos, just like me, like my first 200 YouTube videos got no views. Mm-hmm. So your first couple videos are going to be rough, but as soon as you start and kind of break through that initial like phase of, oh, I'm kind of worried to post myself and be vulnerable on the internet, it becomes easy and it becomes fun. So I think for social media in particular, you just have to start, be open and like realize you're going to get criticism, you're going to get those bad comments, but if anything, any comment brings views. But yeah, I'd say just start tomorrow. Just find what you're passionate about and put it on the internet, and there's a niche for everything. Someone will watch everything.
Yeah. And again, where can people find you on the old socials?
Yeah, you can find me. Everything should be I'm Seth Boyer. Mm-hmm. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook's just Seth Boyer. YouTube, I'm Seth Boyer. And yeah, that's where you'll find me, and that's where I'm posting every week. I'm doing a little bit of everything on there. Mm-hmm. Not only the food reviews, but doing daily vlogs, skateboarding, all types of stuff. So.
Well, Seth, my wife and I, we on the XM show, we interview someone every day, a weekly podcast for the past 500 weeks. We have interviewed the content creators, and honestly, we've kind of gotten away from it because our audience, I don't know, they're more interested in the story of the average person. But I saw your TikTok, and I practically begged you to come on here because there's something very authentic about you. You can tell it's just, I don't know, when you're doing it, either you're a great actor or you're just really enjoying what you're doing. And that is fun to watch, and that's why people are such a fan of yours. So congrats on such success that you're doing.
Thank you
I don't
so
have
much.
a trophy for you, but
nothing can top this. Yeah, this
that is
fake trophy.
pretty hard to top.
Yeah.
So no, thank you very much, because I know you are busy and I know you are getting pulled in 1,000 different directions because of the success that you had. But thank you for coming on the show. Really
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much. I really appreciate it as well.
Seth Foyer. Everybody else, catch you next time. Great job, man. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to explore more of our local content. You can connect with us on our social media platforms, visit our website, or download and watch the free PBS app. We can't wait to see you next time on A Shot of Ag.